You're so
It's pretty.
so high north.
It's pretty wild
Yeah, the
place.
bottom of Russia.
Yeah, and
Isn't it?
snow and bloody what is it called? Like ice cube stuff in the fucking.
Yeah, right.
What is that called?
Iceberg.
Iceberg.
desert?
Yeah, it's sometimes iceberg.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever been surfing in the snow and
Yeah, I used to doing that.
mate.
It just it's not good for your
I
body.
always say
man.
this.
It's so cold, man.
Wow. I always say this that years ago, I don't even own a wetsuit, right? Here on the Gold Coast, the water's always about 19 degrees, 20
Yes.
degrees.
Yeah.
I kind of was like, I don't even need this wetsuit. So I stopped wearing one. I think because I'm a bit gauge and a bit fat, you know.
You got a natural wetsuit on your
Yeah,
body.
exactly. Yeah, that's what my wife says. But I realised, like, you know, it's cold out of the water.
Yeah.
But it's always warm here.
Well, that's
I've
why,
never been in that cold stuff.
That's why. But I still seen the wave over there. It looks so fun. And then nowadays, the wetsuits develop pretty well. So you basically wear the t-shirts, wear the andi, and wear the wetsuits. You never get a water inside of your body. That's how the Japanese wetsuits develop. So
And lighter.
lighter, softer, very flexible.
Right.
Fucking expensive.
Really? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
so expensive, man.
So 15 years ago when you were shaping boards,
No, I didn't shape in the
Oh, you know,
board.
repairs?
About, like repairs,
Right.
stuff.
so JR sort of was your
So-
first shop?
Yeah, that was first. So basically, I leave Hokkaido, and I need to save up the money because I owe the money to my ex-girlfriend to the petrols and the cost, whatever goes up. I just lend some money from my ex-girlfriend stuff.
Yeah.
So because I didn't really making much money,
Right.
so I was sort of like, oh shit, this is time to just change my life. I want to make more boards because this is my life. So yeah, I just decide, all right, I'm going to Australia. I quit my job, which is my friend's surf shop anyway. And
Where is that shop? What's it called?
that was a space surf shop, and that was in Chitose. Chitose is like big airport there. So whoever going to the Hokkaido for snowboarding and skiing stuff, they arrive in Chitose. That's my little army, Air Force town.
Right.
Yeah. Sort of a little ghetto place. But anyway, so I grew up there, and then I decided to go into the Australia. But I didn't have the money, and I still owe the money, so I had to make some money.
I hate these computers. I love them.
That's all right.
Yeah, so we better acknowledge it. The computer just flipped out a bit, so we have to
That's okay.
click it back on.
Yep.
So you were telling me about... Hello.
Hello. Good day.
G'day.
G'day.
How are you, mate? I asked my wife, I said, what's something I can ask Yoshi-san? Like, what's something, you know, that relatable? Because I always think we'll get back to your story about how you came, you left Hokkaido
Yes.
in a second, but when I go to Japan or when I go to anywhere,
Your wife is...
yes,
Your wife is...
Yokosuka.
Your missus is from Yokosuka, Japanese.
Hi.
And do you have a kid?
yes.
How many kids?
Two? Two.
Two.
Yeah. And so we're in Japan all the time.
Yes.
But I like to look for I like to go and find the strange, because we don't have a lot of culture in Australia. We do, but it's new culture. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
sort of, when it comes to food and things,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when, you know, you've got thousands of years of ramen,
Yes.
like, and all that sort of
Yes.
stuff. So your idea on Australia must be kind of, you must have some things that we do that are kind of strange to you, obviously, like a little bit.
It's you know what? It's feel like whoever people going to Japan came back to me and tell me, Yoshi, I have to going back there again. Because that sounds made me proud where I'm came from. It's like it doesn't matter. It's just going to the snowboarding and then going to the partying and stuff. And it's just people like, most of my friends are Australians and they went to the snowboarding because it's pretty good snow there. Every single person tell me, it's Yoshi, that people treat me pretty well. They have so much respect to, treat you, had a good culture, had a good snow, and just had a good time. I have to going back there. Yeah. It's just every single person tell me about that. And I was just made me like, it's even that it's fucking that radiation problems going on now, Fukushima shit and those kind of shit let me down as I'm a fucking Japanese. But it's still where I'm came from, and it just made me, that's where I came from, It just...
Well, to me, it's like the only place in the world that's, I don't know, it's like everyone is, without sounding like a douchebag, everyone's really you're really polite, or the culture is polite. So you're not going to be roughed up by some, even the food is so details. It's the same. The train is on time. A taxi will pick you up, and when it comes to traveling and everything, you can go all the way around the world and be treated like a pig somewhere. Mm-hmm. But in Japan, everyone knows that's not going to happen because it's the culture of respecting the way it works. And
I think the politeness of the people that came out from very historically, like, because we used to have very not racist, but we have different level of life level. It's like samurai was used to top on the life, and a farmer is on the bottom of the life. Yep. And then that's just where we came from, is politeness to respect people. Because back in the day, hundreds years ago, if you're a samurai, and if I rude to you, you can dead. You can just cut off straight away. That's just illegal to do it.
Yep.
So that's sort of like a style of where that came out from. Yeah. But even though they got a more respect for older people, or you know what I mean? Like it's just sort of like a little bit different style compared to the westernized people sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what's frustrating to me is that it's really polite and stuff. But if you were to be a young guy coming from Hokkaido, you would land here and go, "Oh my God, these women are crazy." Because our culture is, as soon as you were 18, you left home and you lived in a house with 4 other dudes,
like
or if it's girls, all the girls live together, and you party all the time. It's like in Japan that never ever happens, right? It's just the way the housing sort of works out. So you tend to have these really respectable people that don't throw TVs out windows and stuff, But
it's just different style.
Different, right? So what was it like then, working style, when you left your shop in Hokkaido, and oh man, 15 years ago, when was that? That was
like
2000.
16, 17 years ago, I left Hokkaido.
Year 2000? Where were you in year 2000?
So I went to the place called Aichi because I need to save up money to come into Australia because I had no money and I had to pay back to my ex-girlfriend. So, just I'm looking for the place nearby ocean, include accommodation and good money. So I found that, I went to a few interviews, but I already have a tattoo on my hand. And in Japan, it's pretty bad to have a tattoo on your body. So
it's crazy. On your hand.
No, you can't really find any job with tattoo.
You'd be the only person I've ever seen with a tattoo on their hand in Japan.
So I went.
What made you get that? What made you get that?
Well, it have a pretty long story with this one too, but just my friend did it for me.
It's like a big love heart, right? With the shape on the outside.
Well, this is basically I designed myself.
Did you go to jail?
No.
No?
No. But
that's wild, man. In Japan.
Because I always since when I was a kid, I always loved drawing and I always loved making something. And I sort of like my passion came out from my right hand side. So I sort of like, just put my hat on my right hand side. I draw myself. But it's a funny thing is like, I just didn't have any idea, but I just want to draw some sort of like hard looking.
Yep.
And then one good friend of mine went to surf. On way back, he's got a car crash, and he was a really good tattoo artist used to be, but he's got half what is it called?
Stroke.
Half stroke.
Wow.
And he still after the car crash, he's totally different person. Like he couldn't really talk properly. It's always slow, but he's still trying to do back to the job. Rehabilitations and training stuff. It's been 12 months he's been doing that, and I really want him to put my tattoo when he's get back. So I asked him to put the tattoo, but I just designed myself.
Beautiful.
And then he put, but he was shaking. Just
well, that's good. That makes it great now. Now that I know that story, that's beautiful, mate.
He's got a fucking tattoo gun.
Well, think of what it did to him.
I just didn't give a fuck.
Come on, man. Yeah, well, that's good. Well, I had a
good memory. But you know what? Then that was like 4 or 5 years ago. I went back to Japan, to the Hokkaido, see my parents. Well, that's another story. But went to saw my mom, and I went to the Sapporo, which is the main city in Hokkaido, and I walked into the souvenir shop in Hokkaido. Like they just because Hokkaido has a Ainu, like indigenous people used to live in there, like Aborigine in Australia.
Jamon was it or the
Ainu? We
Ainu.
call Ainu.
Okay.
It's very dark, like a native people used to, and modern Japanese people take over the Hokkaido.
Yep.
But Ainu used to live in there. So it's sort of like a similar situation.
You still see those people?
Yes. But they still, like a souvenir shop, they're carving the bears and carving the salmons and making some like a traditional clothing stuff. And I went to the shop with my mom, and an old woman's working there, like she looks like 70 years or 80 years, very old and small lady, and just saw my tattoo, and where did you get this tattoo from? And well, I just designed myself, and my friend tattooed to me on my hand, and she said, this is a very good sign for you because she's a Ainu lady.
Yeah.
We what is it called? Like sewing onto the traditional clothing to the neck and
bracelet,
and to protect, because they believe that bad spirit came into your body from. So they just basically sewing this pattern onto the
around your wrists.
Yeah. So that she's just, then I just research on the Google to check the Ainu traditional clothing, and they just put this symbol onto the here and here, and to protect bad spirit came out, to protect from them. To I was like,
that's very cool.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that's.
Yeah, that is very cool.
Yeah. So
and would you say now, because that's your working hand, right?
Yeah. So because I do
that's
everything with
you're
my
seeing
right
this
hand.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any. I don't have any tattoos. But I imagine if it was, that's your working hand. You create some great things with that hand. So maybe it's shaped you. Even the fact that you're. I had a mate, we used to ride dirt bikes, race bikes.
Okay.
And he was a 16-year-old kid, little Billy.
Uh-huh.
Billy, like every 16-year-old kid in Australia,
Yep.
stole his mum's car keys in the rain. He and his mate jumped in the front of the Toyota Magna. Right?
Yeah.
And they, raced it over the hill in Mudgeeraba, went sideways. He slid into a pole sideways, and but he banged his head, and he had like a stroke too.
Oh, no.
Massive bang on the head. And and I tried to help him out for 6 months. Like he needed a job, and he like he's somewhere now, but I feel what you're trying to do there.
Yeah,
Like,
you
get
know,
your friend,
yeah,
like, come on, man, I
because
need
it's-
you for something. Can you
yeah,
give me
it's
something?
passion thing,